Welcome to Decoded Daily. This episode is brought to you by Idea Data.
Idea Data helps you navigate the future of work with curated insights on AI tech and new markets. We analyze trends, identify opportunities, and deliver the information you need to stay ahead of the curve.
Speaking of staying ahead of the curve, our listeners sent us a ton of articles about the future of work.
Oh, wow.
AI robots, the evolving workplace. It's a lot to unpack. It seems like every day there's a new headline about how the robots are coming for our jobs or AI is going to write the next great novel.
You're not wrong.
Right.
It can definitely feel overwhelming trying to keep up with all the changes.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here for, right? To help you make sense of it all.
Exactly.
The sheer volume of news on this topic tells us one thing for sure: massive change is already happening.
Right. And we know you're probably thinking about how this impacts you. Are you prepping for a big meeting where you need to sound like you know what's going on, trying to get up to speed in a new field? Or just insanely curious about what the future holds, no matter what brought you here? We're diving deep into these articles to figure out what you should actually care about.
Exactly. We're going to try to separate the hype from reality.
AI is everywhere.
It really is.
We've got articles here about how it's reshaping telecom networks, being used by investigative journalists at ASU, and even playing a role in how companies are hiring.
Yeah.
It's not just automating tasks anymore, it's becoming more like a partner in our work.
Yes. What's fascinating here is this shift we're seeing from AI as a tool to AI as a collaborator.
Oh, interesting.
We're not just telling AI what to do.
Right.
We're working alongside it, leveraging its capabilities to enhance our own. For example, that Forbes article highlights how AI is allowing for more flexible work arrangements.
Oh, cool.
Employees can offload routine tasks to AI, freeing them up for more creative and strategic work.
And this is causing some friction, right? That same Forbes article mentioned how companies are struggling to adapt to this new reality.
Yep.
It seems like employees are excited about the possibilities, but some organizations are stuck in the old ways of thinking about work.
Absolutely. It's a classic case of technology outpacing our systems and structures.
Right.
We need to rethink how we measure productivity, manage teams, and design work environments in this age of AI collaboration. It's a challenge, but also an incredible opportunity to create a more human-centered workplace.
I'm curious, listener, have you experienced this AI shift in your work? What feels exciting to you? What feels maybe a little scary?
While you ponder that, let's move from the digital realm to the physical. We've got robots to talk about.
Robots making guacamole.
I know, right?
That Dallas Morning News article definitely caught my eye. It's both fascinating and slightly terrifying. Are we all going to be replaced by robot chefs?
Well, it's not quite that simple.
Okay.
While some jobs will inevitably be automated, the rise of robots in industries like fast food is also about addressing real-world challenges,
Okay.
like labor shortages and ensuring consistency.
That makes sense, especially in an industry where finding and retaining employees is a constant struggle. The article mentioned Miso Robotics, and they have a whole lab filled with robots designed for specific kitchen tasks.
They're not just flipping burgers, they're making salads, fries, even whipping up that guacamole. What's interesting is that this technology isn't just about replacing human workers, it's also about improving efficiency and consistency. Imagine a world where you can walk into any fast food joint and know that your burger will be cooked to perfection every time.
I like that world.
Just perfectly executed algorithms.
But that brings up an important question. What happens to the people who currently hold those jobs? The folks who rely on those low-wage positions to make ends meet.
You're getting on a crucial point. As automation changes the landscape of work, we need to think about new models for worker protections and social safety nets.
Okay.
The article about gig worker rights highlights this very issue. How do we ensure that everyone benefits from these technological advancements, not just a select few?
We can't just celebrate the cool new tech without considering the potential downsides, right? It's like we need a whole new social contract for the age of automation.
Precisely. Innovation needs to be balanced with social responsibility.
So moving on from robots flipping burgers, let's talk about this whole future of work thing in broader terms. Is it all remote work and 4-day work weeks, or is that just a fantasy?
Well, there's definitely a tension playing out here. People are craving more flexibility and autonomy in their work, as the Mercer article highlights. But companies are struggling to adapt, often clinging to old models of productivity and presenteeism.
It's like that productivity theater concept from the Training Journal article. We're measuring the wrong things, focusing on how busy people look instead of the actual value they're creating.
Productivity theater refers to the phenomenon where employees prioritize appearing busy over actually being productive. It's all about optics, not outcomes. And this is a huge problem, especially as we shift towards more flexible and remote work arrangements.
So how do we break free from this productivity fear? It seems like we need a fundamental shift in how we think about work and what it means to be productive.
Absolutely. It requires a change in mindset, both on the part of individuals and organizations. We need to focus on outcomes, not hours worked.
Right.
We need to trust our employees to manage their time effectively, and we need to create cultures that value results over appearances.
But it's not all doom and gloom,
Yeah.
right? The Newsweek ranking of most loved workplaces shows that some companies are getting it right. What are those companies doing differently?
That's a great question, and it's one we should all be asking. It seems like these companies prioritize employee well-being, foster a strong sense of community, and empower their people to do their best work. They're not just talking about flexibility and autonomy, they're actually living it.
Maybe there's a blueprint for a better future of work out there. We just need to find it and learn from those who are already leading the way.
Exactly. It's not about finding a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
It's about learning from each other, experimenting, and constantly evolving nature of work.
Well, it's inspiring to see some companies getting it right.
Yeah,
Let's face the hard truth, some jobs are going away.
it's true.
The IFO article showed a drop in German hiring plans, and Time magazine is talking about massive upskilling needed to stay relevant. I think a lot of people are feeling anxious about what this means for their future.
It's understandable to feel anxious. Change can be scary, especially when it involves something as fundamental as our livelihoods. But it's important to remember that while some jobs will disappear, new ones will emerge. The key is to be adaptable, embrace lifelong learning, and focus on developing the skills that will be in high demand in the future.
Speaking of skills, that VA News article about the rising demand for military talent was fascinating. It highlights how transferable skills are so valuable in this evolving job market. These veterans have leadership experience, problem-solving abilities, and a strong work ethic, qualities that are highly sought after across many industries.
It's a great reminder that sometimes the skills we need for the future are already within us, just waiting to be honed and applied in new ways. And for those looking to develop new skills, the next web article comparing easy versus hard programming languages is a great starting point. It got me thinking, what if you decided to pick up a new skill? Something completely outside your current expertise.
I like it.
You might be surprised by what you discover.
I love that. It's all about embracing a growth mindset, right?
Yeah.
Seeing change not as a threat, but as an opportunity for learning and growth. And who knows, maybe you'll uncover a hidden talent or passion you never knew you had.
We just need to be proactive, adaptable, and always willing to learn and grow.
So listener, what skills are you investing in to thrive in this changing world of work? What excites you about the future? What worries you? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them with us on social media using #DecodedDaily.
And don't forget, Idea Data can help you stay ahead of the curve with their curated insights on AI tech and new markets. Visit the link in the show notes to sign up for their newsletter. How can you, our listener, thrive amidst all this change?
It can feel overwhelming, right? Where do you even begin to prepare for a future that feels so uncertain?
It starts with a mindset shift. Instead of viewing change as a threat, what if you saw it as an opportunity?
Okay.
This is a chance to learn new skills, explore different career paths, and maybe even reinvent yourself entirely.
I love that. It's about embracing a growth mindset, that belief that you can always learn and evolve. But how do you know which skills to focus on? The future feels like a moving target.
That's where Idea Data's insights can be so valuable.
Oh yeah.
They analyze emerging trends and identify the skills that will be in high demand. But beyond specific technical skills, there are certain qualities that will be essential in this future of work.
Like what? Give us some examples.
Well, creativity is a big one. AI can handle routine tasks, but it can't replicate human ingenuity. Those who can think outside the box, come up with innovative solutions, and approach problems from unique angles will be highly sought after.
It's not just about being a cog in the machine anymore.
Right.
It's about being the one who designs the machine or maybe even invents a whole new one.
Exactly. Another essential quality is adaptability. The pace of change is only going to accelerate.
For sure.
So being comfortable with uncertainty and able to pivot quickly will be crucial.
It's like that old saying, the only constant is change. But that doesn't have to be a scary thing. It can be exciting. Think of all the possibilities that open up when you're willing to embrace the unknown.
And let's not forget about emotional intelligence.
Oh, that's a good one.
In a world where we're collaborating more and more with technology, the ability to connect with others, build strong relationships, and communicate effectively will be more important than ever.
Those human skills are what will set us apart from the machines, right? AI might be able to process data faster than we can, but it can't replicate the nuances of human interaction.
Absolutely. So we've talked about mindset and qualities, but let's get into some concrete strategies for navigating this future of work. Networking is a big one.
Networking can feel a little daunting sometimes, especially if you're not naturally outgoing. But it doesn't have to be all about attending stuffy industry events. It can be as simple as connecting with people online, joining relevant groups on social media, or reaching out to someone whose work you admire.
It's about building genuine relationships and expanding your circle of influence. You never know where those connections might lead, a new job opportunity, a valuable insight, or maybe even a lifelong friendship.
And it's not just about what you can get from others.
Right.
It's also about what you can give.
Another important strategy is personal branding. In a crowded job market, it's essential to stand out. What makes you unique?
Yeah.
What are your strengths? What value do you bring to the table?
It's like crafting your own personal narrative, your own story that showcases your skills, experiences, and passions. And it's not about being boastful or bragging.
Right.
It's about being authentic and letting your true self shine through.
Your personal brand is what will attract the right opportunities to you. It's about creating a clear and compelling message that resonates with the people you want to connect with. And remember, you don't have to have all the answers right now. Just take it one step at a time. Focus on what you can control and be open to learning and growing along the way.
Love it. And remember, resources like Idea Data can provide valuable insights and guidance as you navigate this new world of work, helping you stay oriented amidst the chaos and pointing you in the direction of opportunity.
Now let's shift gears and talk about the opportunities emerging from this new world of work. We've seen how AI and automation are changing the game,
Right.
but that also creates space for new businesses and innovative solutions.
What are some tangible business ideas and opportunities that are emerging from this future of work?
That's where it gets really exciting. These are practically bursting with possibilities, especially for those who are entrepreneurial and forward-thinking.
Okay, give us an example. What jumped out at you?
Well, remember that Dallas Morning News article about robots making food?
Yeah, the guacamole robot.
Exactly, got my wheels turning. Imagine robot chefs in hospitals, schools, even corporate cafeterias. Consistent quality, 24/7 availability, and potentially even cost savings.
It's a win-win. And this speaks to a broader trend. We're seeing the rise of as-a-service models across industries, software as a service, platform as a service, and now robot as a service.
It's all about providing access, flexibility, and scalability. Those are the hallmarks of the future of work, and they create fertile ground for new business models.
We talked earlier about the challenges companies face in creating effective hybrid work models. What if someone offered consulting services specifically focused on optimizing those environments?
They could help companies rethink their office spaces, implement new technologies for seamless collaboration, and train managers on how to lead effectively in this new paradigm.
And let's not forget the human element. This consultant could guide companies in fostering a strong sense of culture and community, even when employees are dispersed geographically.
Absolutely. Maintaining those connections is crucial for engagement and productivity.
Another opportunity that comes to mind is personalized learning and development. With the need for constant upskilling and reskilling, there's a huge demand for innovative learning solutions.
Think micro-credentials, online courses, immersive simulations, personalized learning platforms. The options are endless. The Next Web article comparing programming languages made it clear that learning doesn't have to be one-size-fits-all. It can be tailored to your specific needs and interests.
What if someone created a platform that used AI to match individuals with the best learning resources based on their skills, goals, and learning style? It'd be like having a personal career coach in your pocket.
That's brilliant. It would democratize access to education and empower people to take control of their own career development.
And it could help alleviate some of the anxieties people have about job displacement. By making learning accessible and engaging, we can equip everyone with the tools they need to thrive in this changing world.
Speaking of anxieties, the future of work with all its uncertainties can be stressful. There's a real opportunity for businesses focused on mental health and well-being.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
What if there was a platform that provided on-demand access to mental health professionals specifically tailored to the needs of remote workers and freelancers?
Imagine virtual therapy sessions, mindfulness exercises, community support groups, all designed to help people manage stress, build resilience, and prioritize their well-being.
That's such a critical need, and it ties into the broader conversation about creating a more human-centered future of work, one that prioritizes not just productivity, but also well-being and fulfillment.
These are just a few examples to get the wheels turning. The point is, the future of work is ripe with possibilities. It's a time for innovation, creativity, and a willingness to embrace the unknown.
And remember, our sponsor Idea Data can help you stay ahead of the curve with their curated insights on AI tech and new markets. Their platform is like a treasure trove of information, an inspiration for anyone looking to navigate this new world of work and maybe even launch a successful business venture.
Join thousands of professionals in AI tech and business from Fortune 500 companies like IBM, MetLife, Amazon, and more.
Get smarter on AI tech and new markets with our newsletter. The link is in the show notes.
So go out there, explore the possibilities, and build the future of work you want to see.